at that point, I was so ready to take my shahada. So there were other guys there. I think I can count them as witnesses. So it was all easy. So I was told to repeat after them, though they said in Swahili first, then they say in Arabic, the Arabic language. So I was like, wow, it was so overwhelming. I think for first timers, it's overwhelming. Though I had practiced it at home, but I think doing it officially, it's very overwhelming. Though it felt nice, it felt calming. When I was done, he told me, like, now you can go at home, take a shower, then just know you're now a Muslim. Do you have a Muslim name? I was like, I don't have a Muslim name, but I can check around. Then he told me, like, when you're ready, you can also, there's a certificate they always offer. I was like, they offer it here. They was like, no, they offer it in Jamia. So when you're ready, you can go it by yourself, or your friends, your Muslim friends can be a witness. I was like, it's okay. So I went back home. I called Yasmin. I called Zahal, my other friend, and I went and I told them, guess what? They were like, what's happened? I was like, I took my shahada today. They were like, mashallah, it's so happy. What's your name? I was like, I don't have a name. They're like, do you have options or anything? I was like, give me time. By tomorrow, I'll give you options. So they were like, they're so happy for me. They were like, mashallah, you're pretty, or what? You know, now you're a baby. I was like, why are you calling me a baby? I was like, that's how it is in Din. I was like, when you take your shahada, your past sins are gone. Whatever you did, no matter how bad it is, it's gone. So now you start on a clean slate. You can ask us questions. If you have other friends, you do whatever, but just know now you're a Muslim. You can visit. Though I'm not saying that you could not visit, but we are here for you when things go bad or things take another turn. I was like, okay. So we talked for like a few minutes with Yasmin. I talked to Zahal too. You know, that day was also Zahal's birthday, her birthday. Then she was like, no, we're sharing a birthday. I was like, at least when I see your birthday, I remember that the date of my shahada. So I'll be remembering everything and how it was overwhelming. So I finished talking to my two friends who are not in Nairobi. I go to Fatma's place because she stays with her parents, her mom and her grandma. Then I was like, where were you? She told me, I had gone to the shop, I had been sent to buy something. Then she was like, is there a problem? I was like, you have not witnessed this. She was like, what have I not witnessed? I was like, I took my shahada today. With who? I was like, there was Bilal at the mosque, there was this other guy, the friend to Salah, they were there. They're like, and you didn't tell me. I was like, it was a draft and I could not stop it, and I was ready and everything was there. She was like, wow. So you're a Muslim? I was like, yes, I'm a Muslim. She was like, I'll cook pilau just for you. So I went back home, never told my siblings or anything. I just kept it quiet for some time because I knew it will come as a shocker to them. As much as my younger sister, my baby sister, knew at some point this one, she'll go. She'll just leave us, but she'll not leave, but she'll just go to the other side. But she never had issues. So at that time, she was not at home. My sister came back from work, my elder sister. I never told her anything. I was just happy. That day I cooked early, prepared the kids early, we went to sleep early. I was just, I think that day I was with my Quran like this. I can't say I read it, but I was just happy. So with time, I finished my fasting. On each day, I was called. I was not in Nairobi. I had been told to take the kids back to Kisumu because they were to report back at school. So on each day, the day I was traveling back, I was called with one of the guys from the mosque. Where are you? I was like, I'm traveling today. I'm coming to Nairobi. Where are you? I was like, I'm in Kisumu. I had traveled, take the kids back home. Then he was like, do you know Eid it's today? I was like, I haven't mastered the calendar, so you'll have to excuse me on that. I was like, okay, but there are some things we have for you. I was like, okay. So around 6, the guys from the mosque called me and told me, since you're a new Muslim, there's some things we have to gift you. It's not a duty, but we thought it was to gift you. There were food stuff. So my sister was outside and she saw me receiving the gift. She got mad. She started saying that, why are you doing this? Why are you getting food? You dated, I don't have food. I was like, I'm not taking it because we don't have food. It's just like a token of a gift. It's Eid. People share. It's not a big deal. You know me, and at that point I was like, I understand my deal. But her, she's not getting. She was seeing like a charity case, but I was like, no. So she had to confirm with some other neighbors if they received it. They were like, yeah, we were given also. Then she was like, why didn't you come and knock at my door? They were like, we didn't know you were in the house because the door was locked. We never knew somebody was in the house. And your sister said she had traveled. So we thought when she comes back is when we'll give her this thing. She was like, okay. So at some point, she was really loud, and it was at night. So later she came and apologized and told me, I'm sorry for embarrassing you. It became easy for us for the next 2 days because she never raised that issue again. But my mom came like on a weekend after that. And my mom and my sister told her, I think Shaba's become a Muslim. She has been hanging around Fatma. She has been dressing in deras. Nowadays she covers herself. She does this, she does that. So I was like, from your talk, it's like you don't like it, but you didn't even tell me your side, but you're just telling mom outright. So mom asked me, why are you putting on long dresses? I told her, because I'm comfortable. Why are you always in a turban? It's because I'm comfortable. She was like, is there an issue with your hair? I was like, no, there's no issue with my hair. In fact, I just love it like that. Then she was like, I don't like you putting on these outfits. You know, you're a girl, you're not even married, you're supposed to dress up in a particular way. I was like, I'm not comfortable in that outfit. So she was like, hey, mama, you look old. I was like, whether I look old or young, nowadays I don't like things tightening my body. It's not even comfortable, it's very uncomfortable. So that was that day's issue. That was around May. So May was a lot of ups and downs with, I don't like your outfit, I don't like your dress, I don't like it. I was like, you'll complain at the end of the day, I'll put on my jumper, I'll cover up the way I want. So there's a friend of mine called Siham. There was a time she just told me, do you want henna? I was like, yes, why not? I went and got my hands painted. So my daughter saw it and she was like, Mom, I want. I told her, when you close school, I'll take you, they paint you. So my sister saw it, she didn't confront me, but went and told my mom, Sheba has henna on her hands. So mom comes all the way from, was it Nanyuki or Kenyaga, to come and confirm. So when I opened the door, she sees my hands. She was like, what is that? I was like, it's henna. Then, Nana likupaka, a friend of mine, kwenye ulipakwa? Because I wanted. You know, you're being rude. I never gave birth to a Muslim. Why do you want to become a Muslim? Of all the churches I took you, there's no single day I took your hand and taking you to a mosque. Why are you doing this to me? I just told her, Mom, I don't want to sound rude, but it's high time I chose my path and I chose to be Muslim. Not out of spite, not to make you feel that you're not mom enough, but I wanted to be Muslim. So that day she quarreled a lot. I kept quiet. She left. So come June, on my daughter's birthday, I was like, I've never done for my daughter any birthday. So I was like, this time, let me just do something for her. So I chose to go and get stuff. I didn't know my mom was coming that day. So when my mom came, she was like, where are you going? I told her, I'm going to get a cake for my girl. When I came back 2 hours later, the mood was weird. I felt it, my energy levels are always in check. So I felt like things are not okay. But I won't question it because I don't know what happened when I left for the 2 hours. So I come back, I was just off, I didn't even complain, but we sang the happy birthday song, I got her the cake, we did everything. So around 6 Maghrib time, I had set my alarm according to the Muslim prayer times, so it rang. And my mom was next to me. She was like, why don't you answer your call? She thought it was a phone call. So I told her, I'll answer it later. So she asked me, wait. Oh, it's prayer time. Are you going to pray? I told her, I'm going to pray, but I won't pray in the house because you don't want me to pray in this house. I won't pray outside rooftop because you don't want me to pray within these premises because you're saying it's your own space. It's a Christian space. So the most I can do, I'll just pray from my heart so that it doesn't bother you with my movements and everything. I pray from my heart. That ticked her to a point. She beat me up. She told me I'm being rude just because I said I'm praying, and I felt so bad. For once, at that point, I felt I'm not disappointing myself, but my mom is disappointing me. But it's okay. She beat me up. a good one. I had scratches on my face, which is okay. It's life. After beating me, she told me, let's go to Wakina Fatma. So when we reached there, we found Mama Fatma. Mama Fatma was like, I don't talk to a Muslim, I want to talk to a Christian. Mama Fatma, since she's a Muslim, but she had to hide that. So she just told my mom, yes, I'm a Christian. Is there a problem? I don't want your daughter with my daughter. They are both mothers and everything, but I don't want the influence of your daughter on my daughter. So keep off. Leave my daughter alone. Stay with your daughter, let's stay with my daughter. So my mom she was very aggressive that day on the negative aspect. But I never really questioned. I just kept quiet. So when we left Fatma's place, my mom was still angry at me. She was even threatening me or telling me that we should fight if we are going to sort this Dean issue out. I told her, Mom, if you want to beat me, just beat me. Me, I cannot fight you, you're my mom. But she was like, I'm leaving this place today. I don't want to hear this story to do with Islam. I don't want to hear you covering up. I don't want to hear you in daras. I don't want to hear anything concerning Islam coming from you. So at that point, I was trying to be honest and tell her, Mom, I can't leave my religion just like that. She was telling me, are you answering? Are you trying to talk back at me? Then I was like, you know what? At this point, God, forgive me. Ya Rabbi, forgive me. It's not my wish, but I'm going to tell her what she wants to hear. So I told my mom, okay, I've heard you. I'll do what you say. And she left. That's the only way she could leave. So she left, went back in the house, called my sister in Dubai, cried my heart out and told her this is what has happened. And she was like, no, it's not supposed to be like that. How old are you? You're supposed, at this point, so on ID, you're supposed to have your own say. In fact, you're even past the ID stage. You are a mom. If you can make decisions for your kid, it means you can make your own decisions. I don't know why mom is doing that to you. But you know what? You tell me what you decide, we'll figure things out. So the next day again, my sister calls me and now questions me, the one in Dubai, and asks me, by the way, let me just ask you, did somebody force you? Like, are you doing it because of boyfriend or anything? I'm like, I'm not even dating currently. I can't say there's an influence of friends or anything. I think this is something I've been having for so long, and maybe you people never realized. So she calls me a small sister, and my small sister tells her, Sheba has been having a Quran for almost 2 years, and you people never realize. So I think it's high time people realize she has been wanting this. It's just that maybe she's afraid of mom and the family aspect, and that's how it came about. But I think it's high time she has to choose what she wants. After my mom had beaten me, she was even threatening me, I should not leave the house. I'll stay there. I think that was because she was having my kids. She was taking care of my kids. So there's nowhere you're going. If you decide to leave, make sure you leave this country. I should not find you because you won't stress me. You won't kill me. I'd rather kill you before you kill me. So to me, I took it as a threat. So I decided at this point we need separation, because if we still stay together, we'll be fighting every week or every day or every month. And to me, it's not healthy for myself, for my mom, and for the family setting, since my kids are also involved. So I see her, my friend, the one who did Hina for me, I went and told her what happened. She went to the home mosque, the one within the area, and told them what has just happened. And she was so mad. You know those friends who get angry for you? She was that person. So she got so angry, she went and complained at the mosque. And the people at the mosque were like, we didn't know, but she should tell us her decision. Does she want us to come and talk to the family, or does she want to separate for some time for the family to come around? So I just told Siham, you tell them, they know my family, separation will work best compared to talking to them, because talking to them will lead to a lot of exchange of words, and it's not fair for the Muslim community within the estate. So I decided I'm moving out. So the Muslim community were like, do you have a place to go to, our sister's place? I was like, from the only sister of mine who is quite supportive is the one in Dubai, and she doesn't have a house in Nairobi or anywhere within Kenya. The only places I know is my elder sister's house, who is where I'm staying currently, and my mom's place. And those two houses at the moment cannot house me with my religion. So they told me, find a house, we'll cater for what we can, then we'll see what to do. So from there, I got a single room in Park Road. I moved there. They got me house stuff. And that's how it has been from there. I moved out. I moved out. So the day I moved out, I told my sister, I'm leaving. As much as I don't want to blame it on Dean, but the environment was not conducive anymore. Even if I was to go back to school when I opened school, it was not conducive anymore because a number of things will not work out for me and the family at this point. But I'll still want to practice my religion, and I wouldn't want us to be fighting over a space and everything. I'd rather we separate. I do my things according to me. I'm not leaving school. I'm not going to stop my education over anything, but I'll find a way to cater for myself. I don't want to stress you people with my whereabouts. So my mom thought I'm going to switch off my phone and block them and anything, which I did not. I let my phone on. She told me that now that you've decided to be a Muslim, tell that man who has decided to marry you that I don't accept. I was like, I'm not getting married. I'm staying alone. And she was like, you won't even get married. They won't marry you. Muslims don't marry girls who have kids. But I was like, if that's your mentality, it's okay. I'm not going to argue about it. But I've moved out. I'm giving you time to absorb everything because I know all this is out of, you're not accepting fate, circumstances. That's why you're angry. So we separated ways like that. I think it's peacefully because my mom still calls me. She may not ask about my deal, but she'll ask me, are you going to school? There's this and this I need to be taken care of. So I'll tell her I can do that. But if it's on a Friday, I have to go to mosque. She gets angry. She just switches. And it works out fine because at the end of the day, she'll go silent for 2-3 days. She'll come and call me again. How are you? Have you gone to school? There's this and this that needs to be done for your daughter for school. There's this and this that needs to be done for your son. So I just tell her, if I have the means, I tell her I'll try. If I don't have, I just tell her I don't have. Then when I say I don't have, she'll still bring the Dean part. If you didn't join that Dean, you would have been in a better place. You would have been. But to me, I feel like mentally I'm in a better place. And mentally, if I'm okay, the rest is okay. And given that I think I found my purpose by connecting with God in the truthful and straight way, I think I'm okay. And I'm getting there even if I'm not yet there. I'm getting there. I can't say I've lost friends, but there are those who've gone silent on me. It's a big deal because religion is a big decision for anyone. So I was bound to, if I grow up on something, you'll lose people and you'll gain people. So I can't say I've lost my family. I can't say I've lost my friends. It's just a matter of separation and them coming to understand. To me, it's a big deal because given that, friends are the people who hold you and your family is not there. Or when the family is the one who holds you and your friends are not there. So if these two groups of people are not there for you anymore, you feel alone. But I get encouraged, I think, every day with the few Muslim friends I've made or the people I've met in the past 2 months. I think it's 4 months now. In the past 4 months. But basically, those who've made a big impact is those I've met for the last 2 months. They're very encouraging. They'll call me, they'll check on me, they'll ask me if I have this, if I have that. If I don't have anything, I come up. Because they remind me, as a Muslim community, we are sisters and brothers. We are like a whole family. So don't feel shy, I'm not saying I'm shy. I don't know how to ask for stuff. But to me, it's a big deal. But I learned that when you have a good supporting system, which initially, I can't say I had a supporting system, but it was not functional. But now I have a supporting system, which if I go silent, even if I'll say I don't have airtime, but there are those who will go out of their way and call me and tell me, we've not seen you, we've not talked to you, we've not heard from you. Are you okay? And I feel very much appreciated. I feel very much seen and considered. So the more you even check the Muslim community, because I'm a girl, I look at the girl aspect. I realize there's no challenge. I can't say there's a challenge per se, because I feel you people are more in check. You're more blessed before I came. And I was like, if I knew this early, I would have been also in check. I wouldn't have done a number of things, which at some point I find myself, either I'm having a relapse to depression, then I realize it happened at the right time. It will not have come later or earlier, just at the right time. And that's the perfect thing that can happen to you at the right time. Number one, I'd say, first thing is be sure of what you're doing. Be sure of what you're choosing. Because some things in this life, it's a big deal. Like your career choice is a big deal. Your spouse is a big deal. Your religion is a big deal. Because at the end of the day, it will define who you are. So when you know what you're doing, I doubt if anybody can deter you from that. When it comes to the family aspect, yes, opinion is important from family, from siblings, because that's where you're born. And they're the ones who will come at your aid at any point, no matter how bad the situation can be. The funny thing, I believe that with myself. I may be a Muslim now, but when things go bad, like when they say family is the last option, I know my family will still come for me. But still, always have a stand and just say, no, this is me. And the fact that you know yourself, it will even be easy to maneuver. As an individual, it starts with knowing yourself. Because when you know yourself, you'll have a goal and a purpose in life. So if you choose and make it a goal for yourself to be a Muslim, like a revert, make sure it's what you want. You're not doing it for someone, you're not doing it for something. Like you don't have agendas beside it. You're not doing it because, oh, I had a dream, I want the Islamic aspect of this dream. Oh, I'm dating a Muslim partner, a girl or a boy, and I thought if I change, they'll accept me. Don't do it, because at the end of the day, family is a big deal. So religion is a big deal, but also culture will matter in your marriage. So do it for you, so that at the end of the day, you won't ever say or regret saying, I did it for somebody and it didn't work out for me. I'd rather you do something for God or for yourself. For yourself, for God is better compared to for someone else. I told myself, it's a promise I told myself when I went back to school. I'm not going to defer, I'm not going to drop out. I have to finish my school. That was the biggest challenge. If I do something else, I'll leave school. I'm not leaving school. So I'm still your child, I'm still every other thing that you know me as, but with an added aspect of I'm a Muslim. Just that. That's the only change. I'm a Muslim. As we both wish, Mom, as we both wish, it's me and you who wanted us to do economics, so we will do it. Pass very well and get a good job out of it. My sisters, we'll catch up. We'll catch up, because I can't say we are in a bad place. Though they like telling me, when you go to pray, today is Friday, are you going to the mosque? I'm like, yeah, I have to. Today you're going? I'm like, yes, I'm going. Pray for us as we pray for you. So it has been funny and fun, but we respect each other's boundaries on that aspect. For my kids, you know, the first time I started doing my salah, I was with my kids. So when I was praying, my kids came to pray with me. So to me, I'm like, this one's, it's just environment. It's just environment. Because if I just change the environment, explain to them, because now they are big kids, they can listen. I'd explain to them. I really wish to teach them the Islamic way of life. It's just that we are not together. But I'll explain to them to the best of my knowledge at the right time. When the time comes, I'll explain to them, tell them this is how it has been. This is what I'm doing. You've been going with my mom to church, and this is where I'm going. And I don't want to force you, because, you know, they were raised in an aspect that in a Christian home. So I don't want to force it down on them at some point, but I really try to teach them at an early age and show them this is how I see it and this is how I think of it and this is how I'd want you to be. I don't force it on them, but for my next kids in future, inshallah, they have no choice. I'll teach them the Islamic way either way. But for the ones who are already here, I really can't force it down on them, because they've already seen different things. So having to force them from here to here is confusing them. So, but I can guide them to the best of my knowledge. I'll guide them into an Islamic way of life. My depression phases, sometimes I even question myself, what was wrong with me? Why did I do this and that at some point in my life? Then it hit me, everything happens for a purpose. No matter what I did, bad, good, weird, crazy, whatever I did, everything that I felt was to lead me here. And I really thank God I'm here.